let's look at this one.
Yeah.
Did you see this video going around? Yeah.
Yes.
So, let me write this down. I always like to notate when we start talking about something for clip
Mhm.
purposes. A Texas middle school teacher, just want to say middle school teacher, so that depending on where you are,
Mhm.
5th, 6th, 7th grade, sometimes it's just what 5th and 6th, it depends. But you're talking about people who are how old are you in middle school? Probably when you know you're like
I
what
was
10,
homeschooled, so
10,
I
11.
don't know.
That explains a lot. Like
It does.
it's like 10, 11, 12, I think, and then you're like 13 when you start 8th grade, 14. Yeah, that sounds about right. Anyway, this teacher is having a hard time. I'm gonna play the video, because based. Okay.
So I keep hanging these flags up, and then I come back, and someone's ripped the pole off and broken it in half. But look what someone wrote.
I didn't see that part.
So that is
Wow, that's hilarious.
yeah, that
They're
is the
sick of it. I think they're sick of it, and they should be. And it's honestly very violating to throw this in kids' faces and perverted because what does that flag represent? That well now represents a million things, but
I'm not even
still
sure.
it
Yeah, there's
represents sexuality. It represents sex. Stop throwing sex in children's faces.
yeah, that's I mean, it's and also I'm not sure what all these symbols are. One of
I
these
don't know what
may in
that
fact be
circle is
yeah,
now.
I don't know if it's
It's got
maps.
like
Yeah,
BLM, it's got the transgender stuff. They keep
yeah.
adding more to it. It's ridiculous, and I'm just so proud of these kids that are actually standing up against it. And I think what people underestimate is children can be very rebellious.
Yeah.
And so, at some point it seemed like, oh man, the young generation is going to be ruined. They're going to be ruined. Well, there's a lot of rebellious kids out there who are standing up against
Yeah.
this crap. So good for them.
Well, they had oh, there was a recent study who said that Gen Z was more conservative
Yeah.
than previous younger generations.
Yep.
And I suspect crap like this is why. I forget if he says anything. There's only 10 more seconds left if he says anything of value
Who
here.
says
Hold on.
that?
Who says that? Well, a lot of people say that.
It's okay if you have an opinion, but it's mine. It's not yours. I brought it in here.
I brought this flag on Amazon.com.
For
I brought it
real.
into class. I spread my propaganda.
I
Why
was
are
virtue
you
signaling with this.
Yeah.
I hung it up.
You hung it up, the kids took it down. Like, first of all, I don't know what school this is, but just judging by the desk, um, it might not be the best, although there's a
Uh-huh.
piano there. So I don't really know. This looks like oh, yeah, it's okay, so
Oh,
people
that's the piano. Yeah,
yeah, so it's the
okay.
music teacher probably. Um,
That
yeah,
makes sense.
yeah, it makes sense. It's the art teacher or music
Yeah.
teacher. But, like, this I mean, that's I love, like by the way, also, yeah, subplot, curricular, like, $10 says the teacher wrote it.
That's also a possibility to force or create some kind of fake,
Yep. Yeah, some
oppression.
fake controversy. Bryson Gray said, "These kids may not be as soft as I thought." Student of the year. Yeah. Who even says that? Oh, I don't know, about 97% of the population. Like, I mean, like, I
Yes.
just I love that, like, yeah, the kids are gonna be all right. Who even says that? Riley. That's a clip from Boondocks. Bro, bro, who wrote that? Oh my god, I'm crying. It's actually really good penmanship, to be honest with
It
you.
is. So, I mean, these kids, they're smart. Whoever did
Yeah,
this is a smart kid.
yeah,
Has their act together.
yeah.
The
Or the
teacher
teacher
should
wrote
learn
it.
something,
You
or
know,
that, or
yeah.
that.
I just think like it should be very, very, very easy to not ever have this happen. All
Mhm.
you have to do, I know it's crazy, but like don't bring propaganda into your school. Like it's
Yeah.
very simple to not do that. That's not your job.
Yeah, and isn't it in is it Florida or Tennessee or somewhere that banned flags unless they're on the American flag? You can't put them in the classrooms
Oh, love
anymore.
it.
So
Yeah.
no pride flags in the classroom. I think it was Tennessee. I think that's great. I think we need to see more of that because this has just gotten insane. And when you break it down to just common sense terms instead of just activist terms, is they're literally parading a flag that is representing dudes doing butt stuff with each other. Why
Yeah.
does that need to be celebrated, first of all? But also, why does that need to be in a classroom?
Well, because these people need constant validation, then there is a saying like they don't reproduce, they recruit. Because that's
Exactly.
I mean, by the way, also when I look at this, that G is just too good. I think the teacher wrote it. I think
There's
because
some like cursive in the G's, and kids don't know how to do cursive.
yeah, I
Not these
think that
days.
that Y is kind of cursive. It's perfectly in line. And like I don't know why both the N word and the G word are capitalized, but not the A. Like, and they
Interesting.
also spelled it with the A, not
Yeah.
yeah. Like, so it's not the hard R. So I don't know exactly. I'm gonna go 50-50 that the
Yeah.
teacher did this for fake clout.
Attention. Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't like. First of all, I love that. I don't know what this tweet has like. Oh, 70,000 likes.
Very good.
So things are changing. Maybe
They
don't.
are.
I feel like one of the things like I talked about earlier too is like I was talking about yesterday with Decoy Voice about body cameras like on cops. Like it should be the law that all cops have them and they should be on all the time. And if a cop ever turns it off, they should be fired immediately.
Yeah.
I think that cameras should be in every classroom,
I
and,
agree.
and parents should have unfettered access to that footage at all times. And if you ever turn it off, because I think a lot of this crap would stop.
Yep.
A lot of it would stop.
I agree.
Yeah, that's that for me, hard pass on buying that this isn't some base kid, but I don't know exactly. He sounds like if you listen to him like
So I keep hanging these flags up, and then I come back and
I keep hanging these flags up, and then what? They keep
Mm.
taking them down? Is that what he's saying? Like
Okay, interesting. I don't know. I think it'd be awesome if a kid actually did that, but it's
every
hard
single
to
time.
tell.
I hope
Yeah,
they do.
that would be awesome.
Yeah. I think that what I found one of the things that I learned by having a little brother is that
Uh-huh.
kids in high school now are political, whereas when I was in high school, I mean, you had a couple like dorks who were like into
Right.
politics, but most people aren't like taking part in the culture war. But
Exactly.
now kids in high school are. And so like sometimes they'll tell me like that him and his buddies will do stuff and I'm like, "Oh, well, you shouldn't do that. You're getting in trouble." But secretly I'm like, "Based." Like they push back against like they all know who the alphabet teachers are and
Right.
they all make fun of them for having their pride flags and they're like taking videos of them and sending them to me. So kids have absolutely had enough of this stuff.
Yeah, and it's important to be bold too because when we weren't and when, the more reasonable people were when the silent majority was a thing, we got run over, people started losing their jobs just over
Yeah.
voting for Trump.